2, 1. Top Hill episode.
This is 150?
150.
Wow, we timed that like so perfectly.
I know. This is going to be an interesting episode. We're going to be stepping outside of our element.
Welcome to another episode of Top Hill Podcast. This is episode 150, and as you can tell, we are in a new environment. We are in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are at Investfest
2023. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, a.k.a. E-Money Boss.
And I'm your girl, Jamila, with her own boss.
And yeah, so we have came down to Atlanta, Georgia to get some knowledge, get some information, network with some people, talk to some businesses. And I'm very excited to be here. This is my
third time.
This is my third time.
My first time.
What is your experience like for your first time? What would you... I know we haven't finished everything yet, but we've seen like a lot of the majority major speakers. What do you think so far?
So far, it's just been interesting. I came with no expectation. I'm just really here for just for the experience. You know, I just definitely wanted to just be in the room with different individuals and like-minded individuals that I've never been around before. So far, it's been so good. You know, yesterday we got to see Diddy. Y'all gonna see us pose. I actually got to meet Diddy yesterday, so that was crazy. A nice highlight.
That was insane.
It was so crazy.
Yeah. Talk about your personal experience.
How I got to meet Diddy. We had a break in the speakers for lunch. We went outside to go see the food trucks, and when we walked outside, me and E-Money, we seen black trucks, brand new black trucks.
Yeah.
I was like, these trucks are really nice. I was like, it's giving
some presidential.
Yeah. I said, Imani, look at the black trucks. You know what that means?
Her money system started going
off.
on.
I was like, oh, okay. This is giving 2023 vehicles.
You know that Cadillac model, right?
I know, you know. For those of you who don't know me, Barney, we used to work at a car dealership. We love cars and stuff like that. So I seen the new black trucks. I'm like, you know what black trucks mean? I already knew that it was going to be Diddy. Because mind you, we had a few more minutes before he was speaking anyway. And I had just asked him before we came outside. I was like, you think Diddy going to be on time? He was like, yeah. And then I look and I see the black trucks right on time. I'm like, you know, they usually show up right before they're about to speak. So we go to the food trucks. We order our food. I get my food before Imani, so Imani's like, I'm about to go pick my food up. I said, I'm gonna go over here in the shade. But I was intentional about which shade I was standing in because I wanted to be by the black trucks. So as I'm leaving Imani, y'all, he is walking back to the food trucks. I'm walking to the food trucks. I see Diddy, y'all. I see Diddy. And I look back for Imani, and he's already gone. I'm just like, ah! My opportunity. I go and I put my things down, and everybody, it's two reactions to celebrities. People either get really, really, really excited, or they get in like a stealth mode where they like, okay, we respect that you don't want to mess up this, and we don't want to mess it up for ourselves either. Like if we bring too much attention to this person, then we might miss our opportunity. So everybody was really quiet, and he was so nice and polite, and he took a picture with me. He said hi. He was like, baby girl. She was so funny. I wish I would have got an opportunity to speak more to him, but I was definitely being
courteous of his time.
Yeah, definitely very courteous of his time because I had the opportunity. I really could have stood there more, but I was just appreciative. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna step off. But I was glad I got my picture though. But that was just exciting just to be. The thing about it, before I left, I knew I was gonna see Diddy. I knew I was going to see Diddy. I'm just like, oh, Diddy's there. I'm gonna see Diddy, and I'm pretty sure that every female. I don't want to say every female because I don't want to speak for y'all. I know how y'all feel when I speak for all of y'all, but when you know as a woman that it's gonna be some money in the building, I feel like a lot of us are thinking like especially when we're packing. Crystal, I don't know if this is true for you, but like, what do I want to look like? You know what I'm saying? If I get the opportunity to meet Diddy, what I want to look like? Do you be thinking that when you be packing, or if you're going, like even if you're going to a concert, like you never know if you're gonna be that bitch that's gonna get.
I don't even want to be out here in pajama pants or nothing. I want to be as cute as possible.
We're not even going to talk about pajamas tonight. But
hilarious,
but yeah, it definitely was a great opportunity to just be in the presence of Diddy, honestly. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's all about executing being at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? And always being prepared for that moment. You know, a lot of times, you know, we overthink things and stuff like that, but sometimes you got to just be out there and take that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, you took advantage of an opportunity to say something to him. Like that was dope.
I'm gonna tell you how how prepared I was too, even in my mindset thinking. So typically, like, I know that I'm in Atlanta. We already seen that the weather was going to be 99 degrees, hot Atlanta, okay? It was even hot back home where we were at. So I already knew, even when I was thinking about packing, what did I want to look like, even in regards to just shooting like extra premium content for Top Hill. I usually do not wear makeup in hot weather. Under no circumstance. Even like when I come on Top, I don't feel the need just because I'm shooting content to come with makeup. But I knew I was gonna see Diddy, and if I wanted a good picture for the podcast, then I needed to have my makeup done.
Yeah.
So,
being intentional, man.
yeah, I was so intentional. I'm so glad that I got a good picture with Diddy with my makeup on. Like, it was so intentional. If I wouldn't have my makeup on, I'm sure I wouldn't even wanted to take the picture. I'd have been like, hold on, Imani, come take a picture with Diddy. Like, I'm not pressed to get pictures with celebrities.
Yeah.
But I just want the content for our page.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I've met celebrities before, right? But there's a part of me is just like, I want to respect their time. Like, I feel like they just get annoyed with just people coming up to them asking for pictures. Like, they don't know who they are. They don't know what my true intentions are and stuff like that. Like, so I try to be respectful. It's like, if I seen Rick Ross walk by, like, that's one of my favorite, artists and stuff like that. But like, if I was to see him, like, if it wasn't the right place or time, I probably just wouldn't just walk up to him and talk to him.
I would approach Rick Ross so differently than I would approach Diddy.
But they kind of, I get it. The money level is a little bit
It's not
different,
money. It has nothing to do with money. It's brand for me. It's
the brand,
who you
okay.
are in the culture and stuff like that. Like, me seeing Rick Ross, I probably would be saying some dumb shit like, Rick Ross, the fuck? I would say some dumb ass shit. Not even, because I'm not a fan of Rick Ross. I don't.
All right, let me just move the microphone closer this way.
When I say fan, it's not that I don't like that. I'm not a fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what fan is short for. I'm not a fanatic. I don't keep up with Rick Ross and things like that. I can see what he's doing business-wise and things like that. But when you have your own business and you're really minding it, you really don't have time to mind other people's business.
Yeah.
So I do like Rick Ross. I do like his music and stuff like that. But to me, he's just so playful. Like, even Diddy is very humorous and very childish and stuff like that and very fun. But I feel like in this environment, that's not what it was for. But Rick Ross, oh my God, I'll probably be so
Rick Ross is hilarious, man.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about in the fact of,
you're a man too.
I'm a man. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that there's certain codes and certain things of how we approach people.
It should never give groupie for man.
Right. You know
Not
what I mean?
even for a woman either. Like, I really don't.
Y'all get more of a pass.
We do get a pass for it, and I will absolutely take the opportunity and use me being a woman to the best of my advantage at times. But I'm still, it's still never giving groupie.
Right, because I would say the roles were reversed, right? And I see Diddy get out the trucks, and you went back to get the food from the food truck. Me walking up, approaching them is a little bit, it's different than a woman coming up and approaching him as well too. You know what I mean? I
feel like you would have did it the exact same way I did it though. I did it so casual because there were other men out there as well. Because if you see actually in the pictures, you would have probably did like the guy that was right in front of me. He shook his hand, he dapped him up. You know what I mean? Like, but I kind of did the same thing without the dap. He reached out for me and gave me a hug, so I didn't have to extend a handshake or anything like that as you probably would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't approach him on no, I was like, he knew that I was coming, so that's why he had approached me. Like, he was handling his business. He came over, reached over. Like, it was a very quick interaction. But
I think there's part of me. I think I need to grow out of that too. Like, get out of my comfort zone a little bit as well too, and like, I don't know.
Top Hill doesn't push you there. Because Top Hill kind of does, especially since I'm in front of the camera. Like, if I was Crystal, I probably would have never wanted to take the picture. Like, it would have never been that deep.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I'm still like, I'm an introverted extrovert to my, like, or what did you call it? What was it? Omnivert. I just learned this term today or yesterday. I think I am kind of like that. In certain environments, I could be extremely extroverted. And in other environments, I could be extremely introverted. And learning which environment I am in which situation, and learning like, okay, I know where I'm comfortable at, where I'm naturally comfortable at. I got to get uncomfortable with this, you know what I mean, to move it on and stuff like that. Because a lot of times, I just be in my head a lot, thinking about everything. So, yeah.
I think everybody is. I think some people are just used to it too. Like, we're not usually in these environments anyway. It's usually just, I don't know. It's fun though.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having a great time. Outside of actually her personally meeting Diddy, we've seen a lot of other speakers as well too. to name off a few, we have 19 Keys, Ian Dunlap, of course, Troy Rashad with Earn Your Leisure, Steve Harvey,
Yes.
bringing out Robert F. Smith, the richest black man in America. They had a couple of billionaires here. Mike Novogratz.
Was that the white guy?
Yeah. He's
I'm
also,
sorry, guy. I didn't know who he was. And,
yeah.
But I enjoyed their piece.
Yeah, very informative. Like, I already knew, like, Ian Dunlap, aka the Master Investor. I watched their show on Market Mondays. Very, very intelligent, very smart brother, and he's very, very humble. You know what I mean? Like,
And is.
yeah, he's very, very humble, and you could tell that he really is doing this from his heart and passion to help people, and he understands for us to get to the next level. We're going to have to talk to different kinds of people as well too.
Yes.
And bringing on Bloomberg, bringing on Kathy Woods, that's huge for people who are in the investment world, seeing what she has done. To have her here is different level type stuff. And then Mike Novogratz, another billionaire. They've had multiple billionaire people come here to Atlanta, Georgia, speaking to 20,000 black people about financial investment. That's huge.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So this is, like, to me, like the first time in history where finally the next steps of where our people in our community need to go. This is the next step. This is what Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, this is what the next phase was supposed to be, financial independence. Because if we don't have financial independence, we don't have freedom.
And I'm so glad that we're having this conversation as well, too, because we are also, I'm so glad we're documenting this. This is so amazing, because our country is at a very crazy time right now where we really don't know what's going to happen and whatnot. And then for us to be bridging the gap with having these white speakers, and I'm not saying it because of their race, but it's just the fact that they're able to come and speak to us, and it's showing that it's not a race thing.
No, it's not.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be about the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah, it's a class thing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be about the classes, and it's not going to be about the race. And I feel like that showed us, I feel like that's what I saw today. I feel like, it's a lot of messaging and a lot of things, and you can tell how intentional they are with their guests as well. So that's really nice to see.
Yeah, I agree. And I know Diddy talked about this as well too. Like, they still deal with issues of putting us in urban and putting us, but I've also heard Diddy say before, I don't let them treat me like a black man or a urban man. That's why they are so disruptive, you know what I mean, and why they can get past these certain barriers. And we have to start thinking that way too, like not using ourselves as a crutch or complaining about where things are, understanding who we are, where we are at, and where we need to go, and not letting nobody tell us otherwise, or like, you know what I mean, like just, I'm getting there, I don't care if you're gonna give it to me or not. This is important. 20,000 people coming to learn about financial literacy. This speaks volumes to the world. So it's like, damn, black people give a fuck about this? Like, they really care about this? There's artists who can't get 10,000 people to show to a show. But you have 20,000 people showing up and nobody like started singing to us yet. This is, you know what I mean?
Well,
Tonight we do got Jeezy. I'm excited for it. Yo, I was talking about Jeezy real quick. He hasn't come on yet. You guys will probably see some clips and stuff like that. But I really appreciate how his music aged.
Yes, most
like
definitely.
fine wine. Facts.
All the hustler music at the end of the day, especially if you're in a space right now where you are wanting to get money.
Yeah.
Because not all of us are really chasing money. Some of us want success. Some of us want freedom, and that doesn't mean and time.
Yeah.
But we need money right now, and for all that hustler music, especially Jeezy, it's so appropriate.
Yeah, it is. And as I'm returning back to my gym journey and stuff like that, his music is perfect
that
for
hustler's
gym.
Motivation.
Yeah, oh my God, perfect gym music.
No matter what type of hustle you got going on, whether it's a gym hustle, work hustle, business hustle, hustle, but yeah, it's the motivation.
Yeah, the Almighty Black Dollar, one of his most recent singles that came out. He's still producing great music. You know what I mean? But also what he's doing outside of music as well too is impressive.
Yes.
And I can't wait to hear him talk more about that tonight.
Becoming a huge business mogul. It's about time though, but I'm glad to see that many of our greats have come over into that business lane.
Yeah, you got to stay relevant nowadays. Like we were talking about this.
We taking the shackles off. The music industry is nothing but a slave ship.
It really is, and people need to learn how to leverage it and get the fuck out. Like because the music, they're not making much music nowadays. All this music is very like oversaturated and stuff like that. It's like a white flame. You know what I mean? Like it gets really, really super hot, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
Like look at, I'm gonna drop names. I don't care right now. Roddy Ricch. He had the greatest single and album of 2020. Took over the whole entire year. Had pop stars nervous. But now his new music and stuff like that, nobody's checking for it. He got really, really hot and then cooled off.
But if that was 2020, look at the time. He didn't really get the full rollout of a new artist either.
Yeah, but he did drop a second album and nobody remembers the name of it. That's
I didn't even know it came out.
I know. Like, but there's also other artists, you know what I mean, not just like him. You know, we have to start paying attention to what's happening with Lil Baby, Lil Durk. Some of these artists who I would say is the leader of this new generation of music are having issues with selling tickets to their concerts, their albums selling.
We're done investing in people who do not invest in us. It costs us money to come to these shows, and there's zero appreciation. Where's the kickback for the fans?
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, when you reach a certain level, like how do you humble yourself to come down and think like, I thought I'm doing enough by giving you the music. I'm entertaining you. You know what I mean? Because you know
we need more than that now, and it's not even. The times have changed.
Yeah.
The requirements are going to be more demanding. Like we need more.
Yeah.
Or we'll listen to somebody else.
Yeah, I think it comes to context. I think the music needs to be
valuable.
Changed. It needs to be valuable.
There is no value.
Like I know, like, okay, you got Sexy Red,
You
right?
took the words right out of my mouth. Did you see how she's now recording a video in her nightgown and bonnet? She came to sound check on some real shit, and then we're gonna market that.
Right.
We just got Monique to tell us to leave the bonnets alone.
Right.
But here we are, not only showing up in our bonnets, but now we're showing up in our nightgowns.
Right. You're not gonna let that
Go back
go.
to the night clothes, Rashad. You showed up in silk pajamas.
Hey,
What
look.
are we doing? Is
Hey,
this
look.
how we're really getting ready to tell black people to show up?
Oh man.
Is this how we're telling people to show up?
I think it's important how you present yourself and how you want to be presented to the world. Absolutely. The messages that we're teaching our generation has to be more clear because they don't have direction, so they're kind of making up their own direction. You know what I mean? And this is why I think you having people love an artist like, you know, and not to throw just hate on Sexy Red or Ice Spice or some of these artists like that, but it's just like, okay, if we mass produce this kind of content, what is the end goal and purpose of this content, and what is it going to do for the community? Is it just fuck it, just have a good time? Okay, now fuck it, have a good time. Everybody has fuck it, have a good time. Now what? Like, what is that doing for the community? Like, I think we need to champion and celebrate more artists who are actually talking about stuff to help us get to that next level as a community. Like, we have to be more purpose driven in what we say and what we wear and where we go and what we do.
Because we are the culture, and that's not our culture. Pajamas is not our culture.
Right.
Pajamas is not our culture.
Okay. Between the speakers and people that we listened to so far, any highlights for you? Any like favorite speakers so far that you could think of?
My favorite speaker so far was Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because he was really ignited my whole thought process too. No artist actually said anything to me that really stood out. It just kind of engaged my thought process, which is really what I needed because lately I haven't been able to do that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I say it's kind of like a reminder because like the kind of content that me and you consume, we hear this kind of content
All the time.
You know what I mean? But sometimes you just need that reminder, that clicker, just like, oh yeah, like, habits. I need to develop my habits. Like, it sounds so simple, and sometimes I piss myself off, be like, damn, that was simple. I know that already, but like, am I actually executing that? You know what I mean? Like, am I being disciplined enough? Like, am I following that path? Or am I just saying it? You know what I mean? So like, I don't like motivation. I like reminders. You know what I mean? To help me.
It keeps you accountable.
Keeps me accountable. Yeah.
Because you're coming here. First of all, we're spending money to come to an event for people to tell us to do stuff that we already know.
Yeah.
Some of us don't. There's 20,000 people here.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of us who don't know. Because I'm talking to a lot of people here. They don't have businesses.
No.
A lot of the people that I have spoke to have not had businesses. They're starting businesses.
Right. And it was actually, I'm glad that Robert Smith actually said this too. He said that, you know, you can't be free unless you have a business. And I didn't really think about it until, you know, I started businesses. Like, going back to my Airbnb business, I'm like, okay, that I started something, I tried something from a thought, I executed, it works, and it's like, dang, like, this thing pays for my mortgage and then some. So like, I don't have to worry about allocating money that I earn to where I live. I live for free.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? But now I'm thinking like, okay, that's great. Steve Harvey went to Robert Smith. He sat at his office for 8 hours just to ask him a question, not to ask for money. But one of the most important things that Steve Harvey said that he took from Robert Smith was to scale up. And now I'm in a phase like I feel like, okay, that business is good, then to scale up. You know what I mean? But yeah, Robert S. Smith was dope. Great hearing from him. I took nuggets and things from like each of the different panels. For the investment side, like, you know, seeing Ian talk to Kathy Woods and Mike Novogratz, very informative. I wasn't aware of Tesla creating their own AI chips, and that is so big. So for people who don't know, AI is actually big right now. A lot of people are talking about it, things are being created, but it's still, people don't know what's going to happen with it. But my brain thinks like, what's driving these machines? What's creating AI? Because obviously if everybody's focusing on it and putting money towards it, whoever is a beneficiary of it is going to make money. And so the biggest thing for AI are the chips. And NVIDIA is one of the best companies right now. There's AMD and NVIDIA. NVIDIA is actually a better company right now to invest in chips. Tesla saying that that they're making their own chips is big, because that also puts it's an American-based company. We have to worry about not just money, but also resources back into our country. So it's exciting to see that, but Tesla's also like a scary dark horse as well too, because Elon could be erratic. You know, he might one day buy a social media platform that has nothing to do with your car company or your SpaceX company. So it's like, it can be a little bit risky. I'm just going on a tangent right now with Tesla, because I was thinking about it.
Because he mentioned other companies as well. They mentioned Uber as well.
Yeah, like a lot of other companies are going to, you know, start to utilize AI and stuff like that. But that's one thing, to try to to get into these rooms, to get into these conversations, you get to get this information sooner than it hits the blogs and the headlines and stuff like that, because people like Mike Novogratz is worth $2.5 billion. He's going to get this information before anybody else. So where he chooses to go and to speak, you want to pay attention. You know what I mean? Another gem I took from them as well too was the people that inspire you. You know, you follow them and stuff like that, but follow who they follow. Research who they research. Study what they study. It's like taking that extra step. You know what I mean? So, and I think it makes you more relatable too. So one day if I ever meet an Ian or a Mike or Novogratz, stuff like that, and I already know who they are and I know who they know, I'd be like, it makes for better conversations, and you can speak their language better too. So that was a good tip.
Being knowledgeable on a subject.
Yeah.
I also I don't know.
Yeah, we just talking now. What's the runtime that we got right now?
25 minutes, 14 seconds.
Ooh, that's good.
It's 3:29.
Okay. This has just been a short talk, real quick. This is like our little precursor. This was fun. This was good. This is good conversation, and we're gonna, we're gonna go network with some
We're gonna do
people.
this, and you guys are gonna see a whole bunch of content while we out here. We're gonna talk to some other businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I also want to talk too about bridging the gap between the Black Americans and Africans, finding out how we can come together. You know what I mean, from the music aspect, from the business aspect as well, to start building this bridge together, because I see them reaching out to us, and we need to be on the receiving end on them as well too, and bring this bridge together. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more conversations about that as well. So if you guys want to follow us, well, not if you want to, you might as well just go ahead and follow us. You know what I mean? You made it all the way to the end.
Subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms.
Absolutely.
Hit that notification bell.
Yep, so you guys always know when we about to go live and when we post new content. We got a lot of stuff coming for you guys in the future. And yeah, man, if you guys like content like that, let us know in the comments. What else you want us to talk about? What else you want us to see or do? You know what I mean? We're open to it. This is a family.
Yeah, y'all got us reacting.
Oh
so
my
let us know
God.
what other content you guys want to see.
All right, well, that's it. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, aka E Money Boss.
And I'm your girl Jamila with her own vibe.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. We out. Peace.
Top hill, top hill, top hill, hell no. Top hill, top hill.